Hello and welcome to A Live with Amanda. We're going to be talking about the number one tip I have for people starting a private practice. So I'm going to back up a little bit and I'm going to talk about generally the three functions in any business. One function is going to be the sales and marketing function. For us, that's the calls we get in, it's our website. The next is going to be the product of the service, which is the therapy. And then the third is the operations of the whole system. So for us, that's your electronic health records. Hopefully you go with TherapyNotes, your phone system, your credit card processing, your paperwork process. And so those are the those are the three components of running a business, very generally speaking. Now, for a solo practitioner, the operations is fairly simple. Yes, you need to learn the operations, but it's not that much. You get an electronic health record, you get some paperwork, you get a credit card processing, you get your MPI number, you get an EIN number, you register with the state, you get a bank, and bam, you go, right? Like there are some additional steps there, but it's not overly complicated, right? You don't have a team of 25 people, working, your phones and your systems and, running credit cards and all this stuff. So it's like a one person show. Then clinically, the services that you provide, you've been trained. Maybe you're already licensed. Maybe you've taken advanced trainings. Like you know what you're doing as a therapist. Like you are already fantastic. You are already great. You've gone through school. You've gone through CEUs, licensures, extra trainings, supervision. Maybe you're still getting supervision. So you are ready to go. So the number one area that I see people struggle with is the sales, marketing, intake process, right? Because at the end of the day, you need calls. And I think people are always surprised at how many calls they really need in order to start converting to clients. If you want to fill up a caseload of 20, you're going to need, you're going to need at least 20 calls. You're probably going to need, 40 calls. And then you're going to need calls continuously to keep up with attrition. People drop out, people graduate, people move, a variety of different things. And so you need to have a really strong sales pipeline, a website, social media, Psychology Today profile, Therapy Den profiles, whatever, you decide to do. Referrals from doctors, referrals from other therapists. You really want to have a really strong pipeline. And that's the thing that I could probably share for me is like the most important thing to teach people coming in is really how to make sure you have a strong pipeline. If you're thinking of starting a group practice or your group practice, the systems and operation is equally as important as the sales because the intakes and the calls, because you're bringing on additional people. You're going to have admin staff. You're going to have other therapists. You have to make sure there's a lot of, quality control there. And the same thing, there has to be some quality control with notes and the types of therapies people are providing. And so most people that start a group practice have a really robust referral system. And so that's why they've decided like, hey, I'm going to now add more people because I have more clients than I know what to do with, right? So that's one way that people build up, right? They have more clients. So that part. So for a solo practitioner, I really want you to think about where are your clients going to come from? Are you going to have a professionally made website? Are you going to pay for directories? Are you going to join insurance panels? So in some ways you can have referrals coming from those leads. Are you going to network and go to community events? Are you going to knock on doors and hand out your business cards to doctors? Like you have to decide what you're going to do, but I can't emphasize enough the importance of having a really strong lead magnet for your practice. Okay, so the basics of that and like where to start is to have a professionally done website. I tell people that all the time. Do a lot of private practice consulting with people who are in solo practice, looking to jump into group practice, or they're just starting their solo practice and they don't have a professionally done website. And I'm like, you need a professionally done website. Unless you know what you're doing. Very few therapists know how to build websites. But if you know what you're doing, okay, I got you. But if you don't, you need a professionally done website. It's going to cost you money. But in this case, you got to spend money to make money. I'm going to give you one more tip on starting your solo practice or your private practice. But first, I want to thank our sponsor, TherapyNotes. If you're looking for an electronic health record to start your solo practice or your group practice, whether you're in person or you're virtual, whether you take insurance or your private pay, I want you to check out TherapyNotes. You can run insurance billing through there. You can take credit cards. They have a great portal. People can put credit cards on file. You don't have to worry about any of that. There's a paperwork portal. They have outcome measures, which we use for our clients. Great. We incorporated that into our therapy and into our notes. And my favorite thing is that you can pick up the phone, you can give them a call, you can get support, whatever you need. And they are fantastic. We are starting to use their e-prescribe service. And so if you are looking at bringing on prescribers, you can do that all through TherapyNotes. It's great. So I highly recommend you check them out. And so going back to making sure, again, I can't emphasize it enough, a professionally done website with some SEO, right? You might not get the full shebang from somebody doing your website, but you want to make sure that there's some basics there. You want to understand your market, understand how you can rank, what keywords you can rank for, how to optimize a Google My Business listing, whether you should do something like a Google AdWords to build your practice. But you want to make sure that if you do not have enough leads coming in, that you want to step up your game. You want to really put yourself out there. You really want to make changes to how you have your sales funnel. It might be an icky word in the mental health world, but you want to work on sales. You definitely want to work on sales. People calling, that's the sales for us. And so the more calls you get, the faster you can build up. And the more money you can make, or you can just build it up faster so you don't have to see as many clients, or you can start a group practice quicker than you wanted. So it's a win-win. I hope this was helpful. I'll see you soon, everybody. Bye.